What is poppin', guys? We are back on MTGO for a new draft. Today I'm drafting Lorwyn, which is a very nice, rather old set, I would say. I think it's the first set where I ever played Limited, and it's pretty awesome. I did my first pre-release in Lorwyn, that's for sure. That pack is quite good. Dowser is pretty insane. That's a very, very good card. If you haven't played with it or against it yet, I would, yeah. That card is just very good. Knight of Midgrain, very good, and Mad Haunty, I would assume is pretty decent. I think it's those three cards are the best of the pack. Auntie is good, but Goblin is pretty weak in general as an archetype, I would say. So I'm not sure if I should pick that. I think I should still pick that. It seems pretty solid. But maybe it's just Dowser or the Kiskin that are just better. Alright. Hostility is not bad. It's pretty solid. And Mad Auntie means I will probably be back red because it's the color for Goblin. The two mana changelings are fine, but not exciting. The Oak is pretty good. I don't think that card is very good. It's a Goblin, but it's pretty bad. I think I should just go with Hostility, which is very powerful. Had I taken the Dowser, I could see picking... actually, I would pick another Dowser. That card is just insanely good. Maybe I should just do that. I don't know. Hostility seems pretty sweet though. I'm gonna try the black-red deck. Not sure how good this will be, but we shall see. Well, some more good Merfolks, I guess. Searblade is pretty good. It's a good elemental. Yeah, I don't mind picking that if I'm red. It's fine. Ambush is quite solid. Again, I think one of the best cards is the Merfolk here, so yeah, maybe I should just have one into blue and try to build a sweet Merfolk deck. But again, Searblade is a very fine pick. Alright, another Dowser. That's disgusting. Someone is getting a sick deck. Eyeblast Ending is very good for me though. It's very great black removal. Yeah, I don't mind picking that. Avian Changeling is pretty solid too. Stalwart is fine, I guess, if you are aggressive enough. But though, I mean, that card is... It looks kind of mediocre, but it's actually extremely hard to beat. As long as it's on the battlefield, you're never ever gonna be able to attack or block efficiently. That's just how good it is, and you don't even have to have thousands of Merfolk to make it good. It's just very good with just one or two Merfolk on the board. Ending is fine though. Alright, best card here is probably the Harrier, which is pretty great. Hornet Harasser is not bad. Not my favorite, but it's decent. Pretty annoying card to face. I guess it's the better option. Yeah, that's fine. Soulbright is pretty decent. It works kind of nicely with the Sear Blade because you can activate the ability as much as you want. So in theory, if I'm not mistaken, if you have 6 mana and this and that, you pretty much have an infinite power creature. Yeah, I think it does work. Dagger there is pretty good. It's a bit like the Dowser. It's a creature that will make combat very hard for your opponent, but you have to be pretty offensive to make that good though, as the Dowser is good either way. Judge is kind of good in the right Merfolk deck, I guess. Yeah, I think the Flame King looks pretty good. Elderstaff Boggart. This card is not bad. It's just a 2/1 Goblin, and then it can be a bit bigger. Seems decent. I think it's a better option than the Logger or the Flamekin Brawler. Moonglove, sorry, Moonglove Extract is not bad. It's, you know, it's 3 mana, but it kills quite a lot of stuff, so I could use that. Winnower is fine, but it seems like I would want more Goblins than Elf in this kind of deck, or maybe Goblins and Elemental. Might just pick the Boggart, it seems decent. Maybe Extract is just a better option, but I think the Goblin is fine. Seed Guide Ash is pretty sweet. Ambush again, quite solid. I'm gonna pick the Stalactite, very fine card. Alright, I don't think this is looking great. Mournwell. If I get a bunch of Smoke Breeder, which is the 2-mana elemental that produce mana for other elemental, I could play that, but it's not extremely likely. The Feast is fine, but not great. Don't really think I will end up with a Clash deck. I'm just gonna pick the Mournwell. That thing could be good, maybe. Yeah, if I get some Smoke Breeder, which are gonna be good for hostility anyway, yeah, I could see myself playing that. Maybe I should pick the Twig in case I end up in a 3, 4, or 5 color elemental deck, because there is such thing in the set. Changeling is fine. I don't think this card is good at all. No, it's just straight up awful. Yeah, the Twig looks decent to me. I'm gonna cut Ambush here. I don't really care about anything else. I'm not playing that yet, but I could play it, I guess. It's kinda good with Stalactite. That card is just awful. Even for 5 or 4 mana it would be pretty mediocre, but for 6 it's crazy bad. Brawler is not the worst. It's another card that's pretty decent with the Seer Blades. Ooh, Nettlevine Blight is quite solid. It's quite a lot of mana, but if you can just survive and play that, it will probably win you the game. So basically, they have to sacrifice a permanent each turn, which is like great, and you can use it. You can target whatever you want, so you will be able to get rid of an annoying stuff permanent, and then it will just be equipped on something else. Tar Pitcher is quite solid, pretty great with the Harasser. I think the Boggart could be fine, but I think the Nethervine Blight looks just pretty strong here. Yeah, looks good to me. Alright, another Eye Blight ending. I don't mind picking that. Flamekin and Harasser are fine, but I think this is just a much better card. Harrier is also very strong, and Sand too. Lisa Lana. Very good card, but I cannot really make a good use of it here. The Shade Changeling is pretty good though. Most Changelings are solid, and this one is like good, like very good. Yeah, sounds good to me. Alright, Final Revels is insane. In some sets, that card would not be as good, but here first, the minus 2 effect kills a lot of stuff, like really a lot of creature, and you can also, it's great because if you are behind, you can use the second effect and just wrath them, and if you are ahead, you can just use the first effect and kill them. That card is just amazingly powerful. Hunter of Eyeblight be fine, I think. Moonglove, sorry, Extract be a fine addition to the deck too, but Revels is insane. Ooh, another Seer Blades. I don't mind picking that. It's again a very solid card. Harbinger is fine, but I don't have any other giant yet. I mean, I could fetch a Changeling, but it doesn't look too amazing. Another Boggart be fine, but I think this is just a better card. And my deck is shaping up more and more to be a control-y elemental deck than a rather aggressive goblin deck, so yeah, we'll see. Definitely like my start. Blight is slow but very, very good if you can just get to the late game, which I think we should be able to do because I have some solid Dream Wall, and I need to fill up a bit my curve here, but it should not really be an issue. The Seer Blades are really decent. Yeah, you have infinite power with that, right? Another Seer Blade. Don't mind picking that at all. Nova Chaser is funny, but I don't think it's actually extremely strong. It's fine. I think Searblade might just be better. Currently, I have not that many elemental to champion too. I mean, it's fine. It's a lot of damage, but I think the Searblades are just gonna be better in the end. Also, sometimes the champion creature can be clunky. If you don't have anything to champion and it rot in your hand, that can make you lose a game. Another Lysolana. In the right deck, that card is just insane. Elvish Promenade is pretty great too. I don't really care about anything here. I think I'm just gonna cut the elf. Especially since I cannot really get rid of that because my Eyeblad's ending cannot target elves. Glare Wielder is fine. It's more of an aggressive creature, but well, with some more 2-drop, my deck could be rather aggressive. I mean, yeah, it's a fine card either way. Ooh, Tara Pitcher or Bogart. Well, Tara Pitcher is like really good with the Harasser, but other than that, it's not even that amazing. I think I should just pick the Bogart because my deck could be pretty aggressive actually. Ooh, we wield the Soulbright Flamekin. That's amazing. 2 Flamekin and 3 Searblade is just pretty great. I don't think I will ever play any of this card. I guess this if I'm trying to be extremely aggressive, but I have enough 2-drops, so it's not very likely. I don't think I will have any fairies, so it looks pretty weak. I guess I'm gonna play the Eyes of the Wizened. Not playing the blind spot giant, by the way. Right, the deck is shaping up fairly well. I have some really good Dreamwall, a decent curve. Probably not playing the Welk right now, but it could happen. Giant Sire is not bad if you are really aggressive, just because with Changeling it's not that hard to get some Giant. And, you know, it's fine. But maybe Bogart is pretty decent. It's quite aggressive, but I might actually be pretty aggressive. And it's pretty nice for the Auntie too. Right, Hurly Burly is pretty great against me, so I'd rather avoid playing against that. Ooh, Scion of Una is a sweet one. But Shriekmo is just, you know, it's probably just the best uncommon of the set. Pretty great. It's also an elemental. Bonfire be fine. It's also an elemental spell, by the way. But Shriekmo is just, it is just great. There's no reason not to pick that. I think even if it was pick one, pack one, Shriekmo is still better than the Scion of Una. Which is good, but I think worse than Shriekmo. Ooh, Smoke Braider. I think I want that in my deck. Changeling Berserker could be good too. Blade Wheel is starting to look pretty decent. Smoke Braider is really nice though. It lets me cast Hostility on turn 4, Shriekmo on turn 3, Glare Wielder earlier. Actually, and I can often cast my Searblade. It's also good with Searblade. Yeah, I think it's just pretty great in my deck. Ooh, Lash Out is amazing. Very good Dreamwall, especially if you are aggressive. That's really nice. I don't think that card is good. It's actually not that bad. It can be, it can not work at all, but I think it's decent. I still think that Lash Out is better. I don't think I will play that at all. Fire Belly Changeling is not bad though. Creep Swap is quite good Dreamwall. Adept is good in the right deck. How likely am I to play that? I guess it's another card that works pretty well with the Searblades. Yeah, it looks sweet actually. So I'm basically red elemental beatdown, which I think I'm fine playing with some goblins that are not looking great actually. Not that the Bogart can be pretty sick with Searblades and, you know, Brawler and stuff like that. don't think I will want an Ingot Chewer. Summon the School can be insanely powerful and unbeatable almost in the right deck. Like if you can assemble the combo, which is just having two Merfolk onto the battlefield, you will pretty much straight up win. Knight is very good, but I'm not really white. Hunter of Eyeblight is fine. Should probably pick that. I'm not sure that I will want it because it's kind of slow and not exactly what I'm trying to do, but it's definitely a good card. Two-Leaf Glider, that card is so great. I'm gonna cut the foil one. I don't really care about anything. Giant Sire is fine, but I don't really have any giant, so seems pretty mediocre in my deck. Fodder Lounge. Not bad. So I currently have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goblin that I can stack. I think it's enough to make the card pretty good. Torch Runner be a fine sack to the launch, by the way, but I think it's gonna be decent in my deck. Right. Pilferer is very good. So this is basically a big Gravedigger, not that big, but a slightly bigger Gravedigger that can have upside if you have Goblin. Definitely like that. I think I'm gonna cut Hunter of Eyeblight. I don't think I really need that. I have enough removal, enough 5-drop. It doesn't look great in my deck. I'm gonna cut Lysolana here. It's a very good card, quite threatening. The Flamekin Brawler doesn't look... I mean, it's probably fine. I don't think I need the Stalactite here, just because most of my creatures already have the right typing, so it doesn't actually look necessary. Blade Wheel looks solid, I think. Probably don't want that. I think this card could be a good option in some matchup. 25 card, that's a bit too much. Maybe my deck is just aggressive, which means I don't really want the Blight. At least not in the main deck. Because my deck seems really aggressive. Guess I could cut Brawler, but it's pretty good with the Seer Blades. Don't think I want to cut any of my 2-drop, they are all very solid. My 3-drop are fine. I mean, this card I think is pretty good if you're aggressive enough, and I need some goblins. Yeah, maybe the Blight is just not what I'm trying to do with this deck. I'm trying to be aggressive, and this card is good, but it's probably gonna be a good option in some matchup, but most of the time I just want to beat down and not really get a grindy card advantage. All my 5-drop are great. Still want to play that, even though it's 6 mana. It's very aggressive and it's pretty amazing with the Smoke Braider. I think I'm gonna cut the Brawler. I think it's the weakest card. And that's gonna be my deck. And I think it's really solid, honestly. Very good curve. Decent amount of removal. Yeah, very, very good removal, actually. I have Lash Out, 2 Ending, a Fodder Lounge, a Harasser, a Shriekmo, Final Revels. Yeah, my removal is amazing, my curve is great. I think it's one of the better Lorwyn deck I built recently. Actually, I'm thinking about something. Maybe Brawler is just better than this, actually. The only advantage of the Changeling is that it's a Goblin for Fodder Lounge. And I guess Pilferer to some extent. And actually Mad Auntie too. So maybe, yeah, maybe all this makes it better than the Brawler. It's kind of close. This is better on the curve. I guess this is slightly better just because of Auntie, Pilferer, and Fodder Lounge. I think that's enough to make this thing better. Alright, pretty happy with my deck. 9-8 seems about right, since I have a double black here, and yeah, maybe 10-7 just because of hostility, but I want to be able to cast that harasser, and I still need a decent amount of black early on. Maybe it's either 9-8 or 10-7 in favor of red, obviously. It's kinda close. I think I'm still gonna go with 9-8. Alright, so that's gonna be the deck. Again, pretty happy with it. I hope you enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel, and I see you guys in a few minutes for round 1.